Um, so I don't take offense to your question because I think it comes from genuine curiosity. Um, so thank you for asking it. I don't mind sharing. Well, that's not true. 50% of it, I'm just accepting it myself. But there's actually a lot of value to about 50% of it, I would guess. I mean, I could go back and count it up. I started dating my ex-husband when I was 18, last month of my senior year of high school. Met him in church, so you can meet terrible people in church also. And we dated nine months. There were many warning signs. I chose to ignore them. And we got married when I was 18. And the one mistake my ex-husband always made was that he wanted me to have a job because he wanted the money. So that's how I've gotten so far in my corporate career. And also one reason that I do so well, despite having left a 13-year abusive marriage. Sometimes physical, mostly emotional abuse. I'm a survivor, but I have an incredible daughter out of it. I never had any more kids. My daughter was the best accident that could have ever happened to me. That's what I always tell her, is that she's the best surprise of my life. It never brought any more kids into this world with him because I knew it wasn't responsible. But about 13 years into our marriage, I had enough and I couldn't do it anymore. I finally came to reconciliation, like with the dream I had versus the scenario that I was in. And I decided to leave him after he did something really, really terrible. And why I stayed an extra couple days, I have no clue. You make really dumb decisions when you're in that kind of relationship. But this is going to be long. I apologize. My daughter and I, we just had a lot of stuff that we had to go through, a lot of trauma, and there were a lot of behaviors that I had to correct because he worked at night, so he would pick her up from school and he took care of her a lot, and I was just trying to avoid the yelling. So he took care of her. Oh, I just honked my horn. People are looking at me too. I'm over here almost crying and people are looking at me. But anyway, there's just a lot to unpack. Man, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. There's a ton of child custody on there. There's a ton. I always call it the best. My credit card debt is honestly the best debt I could possibly have. And I'm very grateful for those credit cards when I got them because it helped me be able to have custody of my daughter, or not sole custody, but the majority. And I don't regret that. I paid for a lot of counseling with those credit cards. When I left him, my ex-husband had demands and he didn't want me to touch his 401k. I even had a secret bank account that I told him about like maybe a year before we left because I was trying to leave, and then things were good for a minute and I was like, okay, well, things are better. And I dumbly told him about that secret savings account, so we even had to split that. And so he got everything except my 401k, and monetarily, that is. So I literally started over. I packed my car and I had my daughter, and I had permission to leave the state of Washington and come back to Texas to be near my family. And I didn't care. I didn't care what it cost me financially. I just wanted my daughter. And I mean, like, for example, my American Express card, I owe $8,533 on it, I think. And that is literally, because my ex-husband, when my daughter was 12, moved in with a roommate that I didn't know that had teenage sons. And she was a single mom too, and I was like, oh gosh, bless this woman, she has no clue who she's allowing to be her roommate, right? And I tried to get him to split Airbnbs with me, but he wouldn't. And so what do? I wasn't going to let my daughter stay with a stranger. She may have been a precious human being, I don't know. But so I paid for Airbnbs on a credit card. Sometimes you do what you have to do. And debt looks different for everybody. So do I have regrets? Absolutely. Would I go back and put that $6,000 on that credit card again? I think that's what I ended up spending on Airbnbs that summer. Yes, if it meant protecting my child. So, yeah, I'll get around to telling you about the other 50%. I'm just not there yet. But thanks for your curiosity. And I am super vulnerable with people that don't know me today. Anyway, I always end this with have a great day. I have payday loans, and I make $3,117 net biweekly. Yeah, not my proudest moment. And I'm going to show you, I'm down to one. I'm showing you the last one I'm working on. But first, I want to talk about something. I had a gambling addiction. That's how I ended up in this position. I got stuck in a payday loan cycle about 1.5 years ago. And it's terrible. It's literally terrible. And, you know, somebody commented the other day, you know, it might be helpful if you show the interest that you're paying on a monthly basis. And, as yet. Nikki, are you still invested? I mean, this video was from April 21st. I had to dig deep for this comment. But you're still one of my favorites. Are you ready for it? Oh, Fernando! Okay, y'all. I paid some off. And I did some digging on how many I had. Woo! When I started this thing, I wasn't completely honest with you guys yet. I wasn't to the point that I was like, screw it. I'll just tell the internet. So I went to my history and I counted how many I started with. Y'all, it was so bad. I had 34 Affirm loans. That does not count Klarna. We're only doing Affirm today because I just don't have time to count all that up. But 34 Affirm loans. I do not have that anymore. Let me show you what I've paid off. They were small balances, but it's fine. I paid off this one. Woo! And this one. And this one. And this one. And this one. What? And this one. I am officially down to 13 Affirm loans. Woo, woo. Woo, there it is. Oh, sorry. I'm cringy. I still have one loan to put out today that I paid off. That's going to bring up this total. However, I have officially lowered my payments another $93. Holla! So pay attention, because I'm going to bring another one later today. Have a blessed day. Let's talk about goals. Where am I at with my 4 immediate goals? To recap, my name is Diva. I went viral in June for having 44 loans. I am now down to 29. There's a video on that a couple of back that if you want to look at, you can. So I had 4 goals. When I first started this thing in March, I really didn't have a goal. All I knew is that I had a lot of Affirm and Klarna loans and that it was time to get them handled. So my 4 immediate goals were to get Affirm and Klarna paid off, to pay off a personal loan, that I've been paying on for a few years through Lending Club. And then I wanted to attack 2 payday loans. One that was $650 a month and one that was $450 a month. Why did I choose not to do a snowball method? Well, because these were low amounts that could lower my minimum payments very fastly. I just did the math. These minimum payments would lower $2,490 a month by attacking these 4 things. Hopefully, that will help me tremendously. Now, the 4 goals where I'm at. I have the Lending Club loan paid off. I have the payday loan that was about $450 a month paid off. I am still working on that payday loan. That is $650 a month. Anyway. And then I have my Affirm and Klarna. I was trying to get that stupid payday loan paid off. It just didn't happen. You know, you adults, you have crap happen. So we are probably shifting that a little bit. I can get these Affirm and Klarna knocked out, and honestly, having so many payments just freaking sucks. So I'm not giving up on my payday loan, but you probably will see me focus more on Affirm and Klarna because I can get those paid off pretty fast. But I'm basically probably 60 to 70% done with my goal. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, and then after that, I plan to sit down and figure out what my next plan of attack is. But until then, that's my goals. Okay, I get this question a ton. I couldn't find the exact question, so we're using yours, Miss Dawn. Hello. She's asking, are these your number 1 priority? How are you ranking them? You're killing it, by the way. Thank you. I don't feel like I am half the time, but I thought I would just kind of, I never show my spreadsheet, but I'll show you my Affirm and Klarna. But basically, this is just Affirm. This doesn't include my Klarna. How I've been doing this, I have to manually go in and calculate this stuff. And this is how I've been picking them on which ones I'm paying off. So I literally just line up all of my Affirm loans there. And then I have the remaining balance and the payments. And then I can filter them. And then over here, I don't have this category labeled, but I have it to where I can calculate either the remaining total or the payments, and then I'll say target like what I'm paying off, you know, with either my TikTok paychecks or if I have a weekend I'm working on Affirm, and then what my payments will be. And then down here I have the total and the amount of that I'm spending each month. So I still have $508 in payments. And on Affirm, that this doesn't include Klarna. On Affirm, when I first started this, I'm pretty sure I was at $1,000 a month. Stupid. It's stupid. That's all it is. But I literally have to go in and manually put these in and update them. It is so annoying. It is not easy to manage this, and that's why you guys see me like going, doing math gymnastics in my head a lot. It is what it is. Hope I answered your guys' questions. Not expecting that to blow up overnight. Okay, guys, you guys got me early in the morning. I don't normally do videos before work, but a lot of people have been commenting this. You are correct. I said 35, like when I was going through it. I'm not counting my credit cards because I don't view them as loans. Like I have 29 personal loans. Hope that clears everything up. And thank you for the love on that video. I really appreciate it. I was very asleep and woke up to a ton of notifications. And I saw that I have people saying hi from Denmark and Scotland. I do not know how I ended up on your side of TikTok, but I think it's pretty cool. Maybe you guys can teach us about finances over there. In case you haven't figured it out, a lot of Americans are in debt. They're in debt, and I'm rambling because I have 4 seconds until this video is over a minute long. Have a good day. Hi, It's the 44 loan lady. Except I don't have 44 loans anymore. No, I do not. And I keep seeing people in my comment section, Diva, how many loans do you have? So I'm going to update you guys real quick. Okay, so I'm using my work phone. I have 7 personal loans left. I've paid off 2. I used to have 9. I have my car, and then I have my 4 cash advance apps. So that brings us to 12 right there. I still have 6 credit cards that I will be working on. I believe that's how many I have. I have a lot, guys. And that's not recent debt. That's old debt. That's all my child custody crap. So yeah, I have 13 Affirm loans left, and that is so freaking amazing because I used to have so many. I think it was 34. I'd have to go back and look, is what I started with in March. And I have 4 Klarna left. So let me see how much that 29. I'm the 29 loan lady now. Look at that. Oh, that shit scared the living daylights out of me, but it's so much better than 44. Have a wonderful evening. Hi. I can't afford to live in today's economy has 40 plus loans. Chili Papa, I never said that I couldn't live in today's economy comfortably if I didn't have all these loans. I got myself in a mess. I wish that I would have taken care of it when I originally started wanting to take care of it from like 2016 to 2019, because clearly I would be much better off in today's economy. You do bring up a good point though. Today's economy is crap. And I can't afford to live in today's economy has 40 plus loans. Chili Papa, I never said that I couldn't live in today's economy comfortably if I didn't have all these loans. I got myself in a mess. I wish that I would have taken care of it when I originally started wanting to take care of it from like 2016 to 2019, because clearly I would be much better off in today's economy. You do bring up a good point though. Today's economy is crap. And I have literal people in my comment section that talk about how they have to buy groceries on Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, and I don't blame them. If I were in that position, I would do it too, because I'm going to find a way to feed my kid. I'll eat less, but that kid is getting fed. And the same 80,000 a year job, the same 60,000, 40,000 a year job, I can't afford to live in today's economy has 40 plus loans. Chili Papa, I never said that I couldn't live in today's economy comfortably if I didn't have all these loans. I got myself in a mess. I wish that I would have taken care of it when I originally started wanting to take care of it from like 2016 to 2019, because clearly I would be much better off in today's economy. You do bring up a good point though. Today's economy is crap. And I have literal people in my comment section that talk about how they have to buy groceries on Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, and I don't blame them. If I were in that position, I would do it too, because I'm going to find a way to feed my kid. I'll eat less, but that kid is getting fed. And the same 80,000 a year job, the same 60,000, 40,000 a year job just does not stretch the way it used to. The area that I live in, which is supposed to be cheap because it's North Dallas, when I first moved to this area in 2018, my rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and a luxury apartment complex was $1,218. And now that same apartment goes for $2,000 plus. And it is just not the same economy. And then you have the generations that were told, go to college, get a good job, and they were sold on these student loans. And I feel so terrible. It's almost like a payday loan. They defer that interest. And I saw a girl on this app that had paid, I think it was like $112,000 over the course of however many years she had been paying on her loan, but she still owed like $4,000 less. It was like $76,000 and she still owed $72,000. I guess my point is that I see people, I hear you, and it is tough right now. And we just all need to have a little bit more grace for each other. Hate on me all you want. don't hate on other people. Especially, I saw a girl today crying because somebody was so mean to her on one of her lives. And this is a brutal, brutal place. But there's so much more good than the brutal. So, anyway, I'm praying for the state of our country. And I do not want this to be a political post. We do not do politics on this page. Have a great day. Joe, I always appreciate your comments. They're always so thought-provoking and kind. He said, interesting is okay to post haul videos, expensive trips, and overpriced cars, but not okay to post how to recover financially. I totally agree with you, because sometimes I go on these people's initial videos where they, tell it like it is, and they just lay out their debts, and people are so mean. I mean, if you go and read the comment section on that video I have with 1 million views, it's insane. Now, not all of my comment sections are like this, but what I want to say is it can just feel so isolating. Shame, the guilt, the beating yourself up, and it does you absolutely no good. I mean, you have to process the emotions. I totally get that. And it is isolating because there's this big cloud like that people think hovers over them because they're in debt, when the majority of Americans are currently in debt, getting into debt, or have been in debt at some point in their lives. I just don't get it. But this is one reason I do this channel, because I had somebody message me today that said they made a different choice because of watching my videos, and obviously I'm not going to share, but it was such a nice message, and I haven't gotten back to you. I'm sorry. And then a couple days ago, which I haven't gotten back to you too. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at responding to messages. She felt like God had led her to my channel, and she was saying that she doesn't feel so isolated anymore. And I appreciate those messages so much, even though I'm terrible at responding, because this is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing this. And we have a really cool community. Anyway, I just really appreciated this comment. Thank you, Joe. Was my spending power? How many loans do I have in my history? Do you want to know? I believe that my spending power was 7,500. Yeah, it was. It was that. Because my last one that I'm going to be paying off, that I'm not telling you guys what it was for until it happens, was what put me over the 7,500 limit, and I had to make a $300 down payment in order to take that loan out. But I have a video for you. You want to see? And then I'll tell you how many Affirm loans that I have in my history. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Yep, I had 99 Affirm loans since June 2022. Hi, I'm Diva, and I went viral recently for the new people on my channel for having 44 loans. I don't have 44 loans anymore. In fact, this video I was trying to put out earlier, I paid off a loan today that I've been paying on for a few years. The original loan amount was $4,000, and I made my last payment on it today, and that is incredible. And it's because I decided to get on TikTok and not care what people think and just post. And I have 15,000 people now cheering me on. I'm cheering them on, and we're motivating each other, and it's incredible. So I am not the 44 loan lady anymore. Let's get into it. Okay, I don't normally reveal the names of companies. However, this one's a pretty common one. This is from Lending Club. And guys, look at, there it is. I paid it off with my TikTok money. I did. I only owe $277. but I paid it off. The original loan was for $4,000 at 36 months. Interest rate was 15%. Obviously, this was when I didn't have as many loans. But guys, this freed up $140 a month. So plus that $93, I freed up basically $230. That I'm getting somewhere. Last week I was having a rough week, mainly because my day job was anyway. And I tried to get the truth in lending disclosure. We may do that later. That way we could look at how much I actually paid in interest on this loan versus what I borrowed. We may do that tomorrow. But I'm just so grateful. Thank you guys so much. And have a lovely, lovely evening. Bye! This is my PSA to the people on this app that are thinking about starting a TikTok channel, wanting to grow a TikTok channel, whatever it may be. And there is a lack of possible confidence. Maybe you don't think that people will want to hear what you have to say. Maybe you don't think you have the personality for it. Maybe you're scared to do it. Maybe you will care what other people think. Is there a sea of negativity on this app? Absolutely. But if you can get past that, post the dang content. 6 months ago, I decided to post everything about my finances. And it didn't just happen overnight. I started posting knowing that the night before I had gone to the casino and spent a crap ton of money that I didn't have. But I got backed into a corner and was just trying to figure out a way to get myself out of the hole that I had created. And I've always wanted to do social media. Always. I've even attempted it. Haven't ever really been successful with it because I never found my niche. So what started off as this huge weight and 2 years of conversations with God about how to fix my situation, how to get out of the casino. I hopped on TikTok one night and started posting content. And now I have 16,000 followers. I'm monetized. And I'm starting to think about all of the possibilities that it may lead to one day me not having to work a 9 to 5. Post the content. Just start. Start somewhere. That's it. Not my normal content. Bye. My name is Diva, and I am $111,000 in debt. I started this journey with over 50 loans, and I am in need of a new car. So what did I do? I decided to do TikTok Shop. It influenced me. I got the 100 Envelope Savings Challenge. We're building a community of people that need to get out of debt. But when you need a car that's not going to get you out of debt, but you don't want to get into more debt because you need a car, you have to find a different way. So what do I have to work with today? 10, 15, 16, 17. Let's go. When this is completed, you will have $5,050. I am filling in the 7 circle and the 10 circle today. That is done. 7 is also done. We only have 96 more to go. And I have $46 to my new car. So if you want to join the 100 Envelope Savings Challenge with us, there is a link and follow. Have a great night. Bye. Can you guys believe that it's been 6 months? 6 months since I started my journey on TikTok. That's crazy to me. Literally blows my mind. 16,000 followers later, here I am. And I have paid off some substantial debt. You want to see? Now, to keep in mind, I started this journey with $123,629.54. I am currently sitting at $111,272.42. bringing my total payoff to $12,357.12. And this does not include what I paid off in September. We will do that video next week when it's a new month. So for credit card, I will readily admit that I have used my credit cards, but remember, I had a deficit and I was using them, whatever like little wiggle room I had, to survive. I do use my Chase card to accumulate points. It's paid off. I use it like my debit card. But I started with $50,279.43. I am now at $49,892.81. So not much movement, but we're getting into the movement. My auto loan, $9,896 when I started making minimum payments. I'm now down to $8,838.65, bringing that total to $1,057.35 paid off. That is great. It's not great, but it is great because I owe $1,000 less. Personal loans is one where I actually did have a substantial payoff. I started this with $46,739.55. I am now down to $41,760.76 and 2 less personal loan, bringing that total payoff to $4,978.79. And I'm working on that last one. I'm hoping that I have a way to get it paid off. I think I've figured out how to get it paid off in October. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I'm going to try. IRS. I owed them 6 months ago $7,495. I now owe them $6,720, paying them a whopping $775. We need to start working on this one. I am aware. But for the one I am the most proud of is my Affirm and Klarna. I have said Affirm no. I started this thing owing Affirm and Klarna $9,219.56. I have it down to $4,060.20. Thank God. Now, I have had moments, I will readily admit, where I did use Klarna for 4 interest-free payments. If it was something that I absolutely needed, like I did glasses for my daughter during the last 6 months. If it was needs, I did it. But despite that, I have paid off $5,159.36. Holla! I'm so proud of this one. And you know, once they're paid off, I don't intend to use Affirm or Klarna unless, again, it is something basic need type stuff with 4 interest-free payments. I'll keep Klarna. I plan to sunset Affirm. I don't plan on having Affirm anymore. But this is definitely a longer video. I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much for being a part of my journey, and let's see what we can pay off in the next 6 months. I think the next 6 months of my journey is going to be freaking phenomenal and exciting. Have a wonderful night. It's payday. It's September 27th. Do you know what that means? It is fall weather almost here in Texas. So not only do I get paid and get to spend all of my money on bills, but I also get to wear a sweater for the first time in months. And I get to tell you about my paycheck today. No, in all seriousness, my name is Diva, and I started this journey back in March with 0 followers, except for like maybe Jason Momoa, and I had over 50 loans, and I am on a journey of working on getting a deficit down and avoiding bankruptcy, and I am about to break down my payday with you guys. Okay, this is my breakdown. I make $3,117 bi-weekly from my day job. When I started this, I owed more than what I made, which is a scary prospect.
Okay, let's break it down. Like I said, 301, $3,117 bi-weekly. Okay, so what do I have? I have a personal loan of $140, a bill of $355, a firm of $200. That will probably end up being more. I'm hoping to side hustle this weekend and pay some of that. Personal loan of $485, a personal loan of $373, a personal loan of $325. I have many personal loans if you're new here. Another personal loan of $263, a bill of $187.50, a personal loan of $118, and I owe Uncle Sam $220. But this is new. See that? See that? $450. That's new. And I just want to say, and also, I have actively tried to avoid bankruptcy. Not because I think that there's anything wrong with bankruptcy. If that's your path, then that's your path. But I knew personally that I had to correct this because my biggest fear of bankruptcy is that I would go back into the same habits, and I just don't want to do that. So I have actively worked my butt off for 6 months, and I'm finally starting to see the results of everything that I've been working so hard to do. And TikTok is a part of that because I do get paid on TikTok now. And I started this thing with a hope and a prayer. And here we are 6 months later, and I'm seeing the fruition of my work, and I'm learning better habits. And I just want to say to you, if you are also trying to actively avoid bankruptcy, it's hard, but you can do it. And if you're doing bankruptcy, that's your choice. And if it's the right decision for you, that's great. But I'm speaking to the people that want to avoid it. And I'm proud of myself. Some days I'm not. Today I am. And I sadly will probably use all $450 of that extra on bills to get out of my next paycheck. Because I plan on paying off that stupid $650 a month payday loan next month. Have a wonderful evening, and I hope you have a very blessed weekend. Bye. This is why you audit your bank statements. Okay, no, in all seriousness, if you're new to getting out of debt, this is a mistake that I made 6 months ago, and I knew I was making it, but I was just so focused on getting my deficit down. You need to audit your bank statements. This is your PSA, and I'm going to tell you why, how much money I spent on food last month. You need to find out what your spending categories are. I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet. It's so embarrassing. $1,033 is what I spent on food last month. Now, some of that was from my vacation. You know, we went to Chili's with friends. We ate in the airport. And then I went out one night with my friend. But that was like 120 of it, guys. Like, it all freaking adds up. Now, I didn't count my gas. My gas is always high. I can't help that. But I did bring my lunch every day this week. And I am definitely spending less. My biggest challenge is because I go from day job, which I've been delivering orders in my dress clothes tonight. That's how stressful work's been. I literally just got off the phone with my boss. Then I go from work to gas station to change my clothes to delivering orders. And so I need to get better about bringing an ice chest. I've got to figure out the supper. But I've been spending $10-ish a day, this week. And so it is so much better than the $32.50, but I have such a long ways to go. But please, 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 if you are new to budgeting, stop and audit 3 months worth of bank statements. Figure out what you're spending your money on, because I can reduce that, and that could be $300 to $500 more that I'm putting towards debt. So anyway, that's my PSA, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Posting on TikTok? No, I'm being so for real right now, and there's so much to unpack. Maybe we can make this like a couple part series if you're really interested in it. So much to unpack. There's a few things. Posting on TikTok, when I tell you, has helped me. It has helped me. But first, I will quote Dave Ramsey.
When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when things change. And honestly, that's where I got when I got on TikTok. But not necessarily like on TikTok, meaning you can do this with anybody. You can do this with a debt-free community Facebook group. Just talking about it helps you process the emotions, right? Seeing the interest that I'm paying every month, watching how much money I've wasted, literally wasted over the last few years has been very motivational. But I think the biggest thing is I was so stuck in the mentality of just not fixing it that I was depressed, and I really, really quit dreaming. And only in the last couple of months have I truly sat down and thought about what I want. And it's not that the dreams weren't there, it was just that it's buried. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I love my company. I don't plan on going anywhere, but I do know that, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this, that it'll probably be the last corporate job I ever work. And I plan to be here for a while. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I have bigger goals, and being on social media and seeing the possibilities of what that can look like has really allowed me to start dreaming again. And now I know that when I tackle this debt, I know what I want. And I can still explore all of those options. I can do the research. I can plan the routes on the trips that I want to take. Like, there's so many things. And these aren't things that I've been thinking about. I just am finally seeing the vision of reality. And I think you have to figure out what motivates you, because I agree, I'm currently impatient. I just am choosing to keep grinding because I don't have an option. And also, being scared of not having a retirement really motivates me. This is a long video. I hope that helps. I'm going to go do another order now. Have a good night.
Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys learned something from it. Guys, it's so easy to get into debt, especially in countries like Canada, the US, or somewhere in Europe like that. The reason for that is if you lost your job at any point, your bills keep coming. For instance, if you have a mortgage and you lose your 9 to 5, those mortgage payments are still coming. If you have a visa, those bills are coming. So please don't judge this lady for saying the debts that she's in. A lot of the debts, as she said, is from personal loans, and some of those were to get herself from a bad situation with her ex-husband or whatever. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Guys, I also want to say this. I have a lot of respect for her because she goes out and she do above and beyond TikTok, and she's doing grocery off for other people and getting paid just aside also to pay her debt off. So it's a big chunk of debt. Sadly, she said some of it is from gambling, so that's the bad part. But either way, guys, she's trying to pay her debt off without going bankrupt. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I will link her, you'll see her TikTok anyway in the front of my video. So if you want to continue watch her journey, so if you're in debt as well and you want to clear some of those off and you want to take some tips from her, go ahead.